Hey everybody, today we're going to be talking about a movie called Vacancy, directed by this guy. I figured if I didn't say his name right, it's going to sound very insulting, so this is the best way to do it, especially since I actually think he did pretty good here. Does it suck, or are you in luck? Stay tuned till the end to find out. Let's get into it. Now I'm going to try to be as vague as possible when I talk about the plot because I don't want to spoil anything. I think it really adds to the experience if you go in pretty much blind. So we follow a married couple with all of their attention in tow as they start having some car problems. Although they do try to get help and they do try to fix it, the car doesn't make it too far before it just completely bottoms out. Since they can't really fix the car, but the car can't really get much worse, the two decide to start walking back to where they got their car fixed the first time, a motel. After quite a bit of convincing, the two don't really have much other option, so they get a room in this hotel and then strange happenings occur from there. Yeah, I know that is really vague, and it could imply a lot of things, but it does work and it works well. But what about the characters? Do they help the experience or do they hinder it? Here's when it gets a little more complicated. The actors do very well within their roles. It's just the characters themselves are very stupid at times. Whenever the plot needs somebody to do something very dumb, they do something very dumb. For example, Luke Wilson plays the husband David Fox. Like, for one instance, he could be doing something extremely smart, but to keep him at a disadvantage, they go ahead and they reverse that almost immediately. It's kinda like the trope in every slasher movie whenever the main character or one of the characters has a leg up on the bad guy, they injure him with a weapon, and then they proceed to throw that weapon down and run away. Yeah. That's what you should be expecting. Although his actions can be stupid, the character himself isn't that bad, especially when it comes to the development between him and Kate Beckinsale's character, Amy Fox. The couple just lost their son and they're on the back end of their relationship anyway, and the tension between them adds to the tension of the overall film. Amy is a grieving mother and they don't lean into that as much as I wish they would've. She implies within a couple scenes that David wasn't always around, he was always doing work-related things away from them, but she never explicitly says that she blames him for what happened. Usually within movies, a marital conflict like, I don't know, losing a child would cause both parties to end up resenting each other and blaming each other for the entirety of the film. But instead, Amy actually just blames him for what was actually his fault. She doesn't blame him and say he's a bad father at any point in the film, and I think that that adds layers to the characters and depth to the characters that other movies wouldn't necessarily have. The last character that I want to talk about is Mason, the hotel manager, played by Frank Whaley. He was played to perfection. The guy was so obnoxious, but I could not let myself hate him. Just wanted to give some props to the actor there because he did a really good job. What about the horror aspect itself? Is this movie terrifying? Yes and no. This is one of the first horror movies I watched when I started watching horror, and back then I thought it was really convincing. I thought it was skillfully made, I thought it was really well done, and although a lot of time has passed, I don't differ from those opinions that much, but I don't think the execution is as scary as the concept anymore. That being said, I don't really get scared that often. I've watched a ton of horror movies and I'm pretty desensitized at this point. If you want to scare me, you have to do something new, something creative, something that is actually terrifying. But loud bangs and anxiety-inducing amounts of noise just doesn't quite do it anymore. Conceptually though, I do think that the scares in this movie work. If you want more of a psychological mind game from it, if you want to be scared of something new whenever you go out and about, this'll do it. All that being said, does it suck? Or are you in luck? I think that you're in luck here. Whether you are a new horror fan, whether you just occasionally watch, or whether you're an avid horror lover, there is something here for you. There's a good concept, a great cast of characters, and an amazing score to go with it, with the biggest sacrifice being the logic and the immersion that they break in order to keep the tension ramped up. If you'd like to help ramp up my videos when it comes to the algorithm, a like would always help. If you made it this far, thank you so much. Comment, I got a room for you to confuse the ones that didn't. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and like always, have a good day. Thank you.